Senator Manchin, President Biden will call on Congress to suspend the federal gas tax. Do you support that?
We put over $5 trillion out into the marketplace, and it's all forgotten, and all we have now is higher inflation. No matter how many checks we sent out during the COVID relief, that's all forgotten. Which politician up here is going to be voting to put that 18-cent tax back on a month before the November election?
So bottom line, you have concerns. It doesn't sound like you're on board with this.
I'm not a yes right now, that's for sure.
What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I've got some video footage that just came out, breaking news that you are not going to want to miss, as at this very moment, President Joe Biden is announcing a call for Congress to pass a gas tax holiday to wipe out federal taxes for 3 months. And just before he came out and did his announcement, Senator Joe Manchin came out and said, I am a no. I do not support the gas tax holiday, and he talks about fourth federal level stimulus checks for gas tax rebates. I'm going to get you all the details just coming out in the past couple hours. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, like I said, I've got the video footage so you can hear it for yourself, but first, take a look at these headlines, you guys. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin signals that he won't support Biden's call for a gas tax holiday, and he's saying his main grievance is that wiping this out, it's not really going to do a whole lot for the economy or the American people. 18 cents per gallon, and they're not going to get the full amount. There's no guarantee, like we heard from Nancy Pelosi, that gas prices will drop by 18 cents. And on average, it's only going to help about $3 per fill-up, which they're saying is not enough. And he's saying if they wipe it out, they're going to eventually have to bring it back in roughly 3 months, which is right before the midterm elections. And he says, what member of Congress is going to say, yes, let's increase taxes right before the elections? So he is a no on this at this current time. Now, also, they're talking about gas rebates being put on the table because if the tax is not enough, they've got to do something else. And we're hearing stimulus checks could go out because the gas rebate cards that they're proposing, take a look, you guys, gas stimulus cards. How will Gas Rebate Act work? Well, they're saying that there is a chip shortage right now and we can't get the cards out. We don't even have enough to send them out to all of the people that would receive them in the United States. So they're saying instead, send out gas stimulus checks or send out direct deposit. We've had 3 federal level checks. The infrastructure is already in place. Send out direct deposit and stimulus checks. Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but a lot of people would say that would be finally starting to fulfill some of the promises that the president has made for over a year now to the American people of sending out some form of stimulus provisions, which are still unfulfilled. Now, you guys, they're saying that if they do some sort of gas stimulus checks or some sort of direct deposit, that will likely be one of 4 bills that have already been introduced by Congress. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on an article that just came out today, and they're going to be referencing one that they think is likely going to be the primary gas stimulus check that you will receive, and I'm going to share with you the official website where it is listed so you can see it for yourself and the details of gas stimulus checks. So you guys, let's dive into the footage and the articles. I'm going to let you know everything unfolding, and as I mentioned, right now, the president is making his announcement calling upon Congress to enact a federal gas tax holiday, and we're hearing about gas stimulus checks. So let's go ahead and dive right in. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the content, don't forget, smash that like button for me. Just takes a second, helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, if you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is very quickly smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. Hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And keep an eye out for a comprehensive list of all checks on all levels, state, county, and city. I'm assembling this so you don't miss out on anything, because we're hearing a lot of people don't even realize there's other checks out there and they're missing out because they're only available for a limited amount of time. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, and let's start off with the video footage of what Senator Joe Manchin had to say today, just moments before the president made his speech. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Senator Manchin, President Biden will call on Congress to suspend the federal gas tax. Do you support that?
Let's look at basically where we are with the federal gas tax right now at 18 cents. 1993 is when it went to 18 cents. It started back in 1956, but it gradually got up to 18 cents. The average price of a gallon of gas in 1993 was $1.11. So we see proportionally. Now we're talking about $5 a gallon, and relief is needed in every way possible, especially with high inflation, not just gases, but everything else. And how do we how do we approach that, or how do we address that? Take into consideration, we just had to put $118 billion when we did the bipartisan infrastructure bill into the Highway Trust Fund. $118 billion hole we had to fill because we couldn't raise any taxes then. All we tried to do was do the EV. Electric vehicles pay nothing. So persons using the roads and bridges and everything we have pay nothing. Don't you think proportionally they should be paying? We think that's fair. And we couldn't get that done because they didn't want to do that either. And now to do that and put another hole into the budget is something that's very concerning to me. And people need to understand that 18 cents is not going to be straight across the board. It never has been. That you'll see an 18 cents exactly, penny for penny, come off of that price. So I have great concern. I'm willing to listen and talk to everybody, but these are my concerns right now before I go and vote one way or the other. My other would be the political ramification. It goes off at the end of September. Which politician up here is going to be voting to put that 18-cent tax back on a month before the November election? So that we just dig the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And we have an infrastructure bill for the first time in 30 years that we can start fixing roads and bridges. But electric vehicles have to pay proportionally also as they use the same roadways and vehicles. They're not. They're paying nothing. So we need a lot of adjustments made.
So bottom line, you have concerns. It doesn't sound like you're on board with this.
I'm not a yes right now, that's for sure.
Some Republicans have insisted that this call by the president today is all geared with an eye towards the midterms, because we've heard from some concerns of some vulnerable Democrats that are running in this midterm election. Do you agree with that assessment?
I think that anything and everything that's done around here, don't blame the president. It's just the process that we're in. And it's election cycle to election cycle, which it hasn't fared well for the American people. We need to start thinking about back home. The people in West Virginia are having a hard time. They really are. These inflation rates have hit hard. No matter how many checks we sent out during the COVID relief, that's all forgotten. It's all for naught. We put over $5 trillion out into the marketplace, and it's all forgotten. And all we have now is higher inflation and more, and really more hardship on people that need some good decisions here in the Congress. We just need to start looking at the long-term effect of what we're doing and how we're doing it.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Senator Joe Manchin vocalizing that a lot needs to happen. A lot needs to change in Congress with the way things are running. They need to focus on the long term. He's saying the stimulus checks came and they went. People forgot and they're asking for more. And then he's saying that we're now dealing with record high inflation, and wiping out the federal gas tax, he's just saying, is not going to be enough, and it's not going to do what they're hoping for. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. But we've also heard that former President Barack Obama called wiping out the federal gas tax a gimmick, just some sort of grandstand that it will need to come back again. And we're hearing if it does come back, if it's wiped out right now, it'll come back right before elections, which he's saying is not a good strategy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. But here's an article that talks a little bit about stimulus checks for gas or gas rebates, what it might look like. So link in the description below to this article that says gas stimulus cards. How will the Gas Rebate Act work? Well, it says with inflation reaching a 40-year high and the price of gas soaring, the White House could intervene by providing Americans with a gas rebate. Now, the last stimulus check sent out by the government came in March of 2021 with that American Rescue Plan, and with the United States still recovering from the pandemic and now faced with a gas shortage following the sanctions imposed by Russia following the country's invasion of Ukraine, many are hopeful for a fourth stimulus package to help them ease the burden of the increased cost of living currently sweeping across the nation. Now, unlike the other payments which were sent out by the IRS, the latest stimulus package, if approved, could come directly from the White House. Now, if the proposal is approved, eligible Americans would be entitled to receive gas rebate cards. Now, while the idea of sending out more money was initially rejected by members of the Democratic Party, especially with the IRS running low on funds after the previous three payments, the idea seemed to have regained momentum in recent months, and I've been keeping you up to date. All of this is coming back. It's ramping up, and take a look with gas prices going above $5 per gallon across much of the nation. The Biden administration is now considering its options. Now, here is the one that they're suggesting might pick up some traction. This is from Representative Mike Thompson, John Larson, and Lauren Underwood, introducing the Gas Rebate Act of 2022. Now, this is going to be monthly reoccurring stimulus checks that would go out of $100 per month if the gas goes, the national average exceeds $4 per gallon. And this would go out for income eligibility for individuals making $75,000 a year or less, phases out at $80,000, and for couples, $150,000 or less, and phases out at $160,000. Now, if you'd like to read up more on this particular bill, as I mentioned, there's 4 of them. One is for $300 per month, one is for $100 per month per person, and we've got some for quarterly checks and a one-time payment. But this one, they're saying, is very likely that Congress would pick it up if there was going to be a reoccurring monthly gas stimulus check. Now, I'll link it down below so you can read it for yourself. And again, this came out back in March, and they're saying it's coming back. And this is the Gas Rebate Act of 2022. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, as I mentioned, right now, the president is making his speech. As more information comes out on that, I'll be sure to keep you up to date, and I'll let you know everything that's unfolding here on the channel so you know what's going on. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. I'll let you know everything going on. Just smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.